Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu decided to throw shades at Peter Obi with the intensity of a Lagos sun at noon. There he was, calculator in one hand, magnifying glass in the other, proving that Peter Obi may have literally invented poverty, planted it in Anambra, and watered it daily. According to Sanwoolu's logic, if anyone believed that Peter Obi solved poverty in Anambra State, then Sanwoolu himself is Beyonce. Frankly speaking, every one of these politicians still struggles with their baggage of bad management. As much as many of you would like to think Sanwo-Olu is the best governor Lagos State has had since Nigeria's independence, Lagosians are still dodging potholes on Lagos Road like they're auditioning for Fast and Furious Ochuelegba version. But yes, please, Governor, do lecture us on national governance, sir. Meanwhile, Peter Obi has turned world travel into a part-time job and bad-mouthing Nigeria into a full-time hustle. One day he's in Lagos, next day he's in Baltimore, painting Nigeria with a brush of catastrophe and a totally collapsed society. Half of Twitter now think he's a prophet of doom, quick to highlight Nigeria's negativity, but late to the party or never showed up when Nigeria accomplished something. Sure, Nigeria has her issues, but Obi is prone to an over-exaggerated picture of doom about Nigeria, while on the other side of his mouth, eating jollof rice and swallowing yellow fufu at Obi Kubana's birthday party.
The man himself, the one and only, Peter Obi, a.k.a. we know the big shishi. You're welcome, sir. And ladies and gentlemen,
even Omoyele Sowore, known politician/professional activist and part-time chaos coordinator, had to chip in, reminding everyone that Peter Obi is fully loaded Alaba market packaging.
Peter Obi, I said na packaging. Nobody knows sabi to package things. You feel pack your load now. Say my next vacation, na Anambra, I won't go spend them. If I join Peter Obi, I will be going against what I have always stood for, which is that I would never support a Nigerian leader who has been president, governor, chairman, local government councillor before, who I consider non-performing. It's the same reason I would never have joined hands with Atiku. And the Peter Obi you are talking about was vice president to Atiku when I was a presidential candidate in 2019.
Yes.
So what are we talking about? Peter Obi on. There's no lesser evil in my books. If you are evil, you are evil. If you are good, you are good. But I am not interfering with people who have emotional attachments. So I have a general disdain for non-performance.
But what did he do that you can say, now this thing where Peter Obi did do? Because you mentioned that you said he's been packaged. So are you telling us that all those things
he saved money when he was leaving the office? There was money.
So where the money was saved? Which bank in there?
He said he was in the
bank.
He said he was in the bank.
Fidelity Bank.
So you they accept if another person tell you that kind of story, say he said he's in the
So are you saying he's lying?
The person will take over from Obiano, talks in a lie, the video day. Say they don't save any money. In fact, say them owe money. That the money that they claim to save, they don't already owe them to contractors. This one day, now go cover them up because una candidates. No, I'm telling you now, this one is public information now.
We started evaluating Peter Obi's performance and found out that everything you heard in terms of publicity, and that's the way he was packaged this time around, was the opposite. Substandard buildings or things that were never done. They were packaging him.
Mediocrity.
Yes, it was mediocre. We got upset. And we started digging into it. I'm telling you for the first time to his governance and found him to be a fake, as fake as they'd come.
I agree, 100%.
And he got upset. They went and printed posters in Anambra State. I think it was done by, Valentine, accusing me and Okenibe of being gay partners. So that's why I also knew that all the social media rabid attacks, he endorses it.
Yeah.
That's how he operates. But, he'll maintain dignified distance and act like if he sees you, greet you like.
Yeah.
But besides that facade, Peter Obi can lie.
Yeah.
When we were running for election, I noticed something about him. If Peter Obi wants to take a private jet, he will go and enter through commercial place. So I greet everybody. You think And then they'll bring a vehicle and put him to go to the private jet area. One day we arrived, Peter Obi had nothing less than 10 big Toyota SUVs waiting for him. There was this Mercedes space bus. And I was telling myself, why do you have to lie? So why do you have to cover up all this? Nobody's going to be upset with you that you're a presidential candidate if you have a convoy. But look at this trajectory. And that packaging is his style. Yeah. And if you want to get away with finding out, then he'll send his people after you. Yeah. So when you saw that I stood my ground in 2023 against him, I knew him. And he knew that I knew him. But there were guys who were against him in those days who didn't have the courage to come out again because they were afraid of the backlash. And they did a fantastic job of scaring everybody.
Yeah, for me, Peter Obi will usually tell his supporters the obedience to go and verify. But let's be honest, most of them just nod repeatedly like the bobblehead on my car's dashboard in Lagos traffic. Of course, Sanwoolu couldn't resist calling on his political godfather, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, suggesting that Tinubu built while Peter Obi destroyed. At the rate Sanwoolu talks, you'd think Tinubu invented Wi-Fi and jollof rice on the same day. Yet, Lagosians are still playing Squid Game with traffic, making sure they cross the street without being hit by a Danfo bus. Finally, Sanwoolu wrapped it all up by accusing Obi of demarketing Nigeria abroad, which, to be fair, that's all Peter Obi is popular for these days since losing the election in 2023. No wonder he is labeled Twitter president, #verified, #pity party edition. Well, in a nutshell, if politicians were judged on real results and not motivational speeches, half of them would be running Oshodi Motor Park or Onitsha Market Chairman instead of running an entire state and daydream to run the whole Nigeria.